has been Python exploration. This function right here, or whatever, the line of command, does not work in the Visual Studio Python extension. So I've already tried to run it, although there is a couple things that
Okay, this is my first time ever using Python in this point, so I just need you to understand that this is all wrong right here. That all this stuff does work. I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing with Python. So definitely just trying to clear the air right there. This is a recap, but also I want to point out that the functions that I was saying that didn't work in the extension now works in the extension, and that reasoning is because I didn't save those files as Py files. And another thing is my if statements weren't working, but I'm pretty sure I figured that out. That definitely was an indentation error, which I wasn't doing. So yeah, definitely indent things, and we'll just keep moving on to this. So I'm very sorry. Don't want to give out misleading information. All this stuff and the instructions I followed were all correct. It's just my indentation and the way I was writing the line of code. So my programs were not functioning properly and bringing up syntax errors the whole time.
tried, which didn't really work. So I'll have to go back through that anyways.
So the if statements. I was having a problem with the if statements last time. What had happened is I think I just typed it wrong. So that sucks. Syntax error. What? Indentation error. Where? Foo-foo's there. We can take this out. Oh my gosh, finally. What the freaking crap, dude. That much space over it. So now, theoretically, this is going to print that fucking so many times. Yay, Kez is awesome, Kez is awesome, Kez is awesome. Technical difficulties with this shit. I'm going to run this module and save it. Okay. So we got that whole thing written down. Run module. Nothing is working. Oh my gosh. So I had ended up taking a couple days break, just took a couple of days off, because I use this with streaming, and that's kind of what I do is I'll learn and stream, watch the video, and then take a video and show what I learned, I guess. So this is a couple of days later, and I found a good building to actually film in and just test out. So yeah, just enjoy this part. I kind of figure out a little bit more. My if statements still are not working. But the funny thing is right after this freaking video, because I was also streaming at the same time during this, just a little bit, I figured out what was wrong with my if statements and the indentation stuff, and I was actually correcting it. It started coming all together, which is crazy. Very empty where I'm at right now, but it is kind of like a public area. People come here to study all the time, so we're going to test this out and see how it is. So, also, this is kind of a comfortable setting. I just wanted to see how it is back here. It's cool. Shit, I might just come visit this place and fucking study all the time. However, we gotta get onto this thing. What I want to show you guys is my little project I've been doing on Python. And I feel like this needs further explanation too. So as you see, I learned a little bit of stuff. My inputs are working. Everything seems to be just running a little smoother than it was the first video and, I guess these streams. I guess as you go, you learn, but keep in mind, none of this stuff is real up here. This is just a program I made up and wanted to put my own words in. And they're not completely my own. Some of this stuff I got off an article, but this file will not exist just in case. However, I did get some interesting things down, and I feel like it needed to be recorded for you guys to see. And if you guys want to do Python and learn with me, shit, man, I'd be more than happy to see that shit. Let's get it, guys. As you see, I carried my value with a function, and I passed my value in, so my defined print is working right now. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, should I close this down? So, I was saying that my inputs were not working last video. I'm pretty locked in already. However, that's not true. The only problem I'm still having is my if statements, and I don't know if that's an indentation error or really what it is. But I wanted to show you guys this Python idle stuff, and then we'll run this through my extension as well. Oops. So we'll go ahead and open a new file. This was it right here, I believe. This is it. Yeah, so here's how my little my little programming code looks. So first of all, this is real up here. I don't want to get fucking sued for fraudulent activity because I'm gonna delete this shit. Nobody's gonna be able to find this after this fucking video. So this is just like an NDA kind of copy and paste thing, and I figured out how to do it. Pretty cool. These defines right here, passing in my value with a function to make it kind of look like an error is happening, like it's trying to search for your location. And then we also got a couple more questions, like after it does this, we got random ass shit that I put right there. So we got addition, multiplication, and then we got another error, file type not found, IP location found. And then after that, I made up IP right here, and then I put gov name address. So you don't have to mind this stuff because this is literally all fake right here. I run this module. So as you see, this is actually running pretty smoothly. You can go full screen in. You don't have to actually type everything, but as you see, this is literally how it looks. So after this, it's kind of trickery right here. After when you do a background check, fucking just lags out. So we got this right here, this over here. None of this is real. That PDF, so this is a fake NDA agreement. This is all fake NDA agreement, which is a confidentiality agreement between two people if you want to keep things confidential. Anyways, it's kind of interesting that I could put in a real link into a fake program. It'll take you to that real link, even though it's a fake program. That's just, it fucking blows my mind. So this is a real confidentiality agreement right here. But the one I made is fake. This is kind of fucking evil in a way too. You could definitely do some tedious shit with this. So it says, welcome to the verification services of TDJ. TDJ is something I made up. Literally, I made that shit up off the top of my head. I don't think you can find a TDJ here. Let's see what TDJ actually is. TDJ. Like TDJ, I don't think it's an actual service of justice. Yeah, there's not a real TDJ out there. That is called the Transaction Department of Justice. TDJ is the Transaction Department of Justice. It is important to know this file is privately encrypted. Have you ever felt that you've seen fraudulent activity or public corruption? Any information given will remain confidential. This is protected under D&D services. I also made that up. So D&D is Dungeons and Dragons. I made it sound cool, I made it sound legit, but that's kind of funny, right? Assuring the signature, I meant to put is, but it says to trusted by the signee. And then you have this little link, and then you got the real confidentiality agreement right here, the actual NDA. But it's made up at the same time. I just copied and pasted the fucking words. I didn't know that it would take me to a real site. Alrighty, so we're now moving on to the data types. So I'm just letting you know this has nothing to do with my last thing. It probably has just a little bit because it's part of Python, but this is a completely different thing that I'm doing. I'm not showcasing my little program no more. We're just working on data types and studying. I guess I'll fucking show you guys an example. We'll just do SSSS. False. So yes, this data type is working. Don't know why my if statements aren't working. Maybe it's an indentation correction that I gotta do. What we did in the last Python videos was we downloaded the idle. We learned what the idle was. The idle is the integrated development and learning environment. It's an IDE, which is an integrated development environment. I need to fucking research this stuff still. The last things that I left off on the idle were the palindromes and the pyramid patterns. And then we learned how to run Python through Visual Studios. So downloading Python is a little different on the MacBook because it hits you with the launcher and the Python idle. As you know, if you've been here before, you know this stuff. I'm just repeating things. And then we go to Visual Studios. You search that up through your search bar. You download Visual Studios. After you download Visual Studios, you'll go to your extensions and download the Python extension because the idle looks way different than Visual Studios. And if you want to be extra, you can go to your terminal, which is recommended, or your command prompt in Windows, and you could search Python 3 / version. If that doesn't work and you're using a Windows operating system, then you might have to just type in Python / version. After you run that mod or you press enter, it should tell you what update of Python you're using. Whoops. There we go, and we know that it's running. Right there. Oops. And it looks like it's running through my idle, and now perfect. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. There will be more Python content coming out. I want to get them hours in for studying and just all that stuff figured out. Stay tuned for the next video, workout or Python, one of those two. We'll see how far this goes. However, we got to go. I'm gonna roll the end credits, whatever.